But my next guest up tonight, it's a real treat. You got to see this guy. He's excellent. He's hailing from Orange County, New York. So let's give him a late night welcome for Larry DiGregorio.
Good evening. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you very much. I'm going to move this out of the way so everybody can see me. I don't want to hide behind that. Like that's going to happen. As you can see, I'm a fat guy. I am. It's not easy being a fat guy. It really isn't easy. Being fat, I sweat wicked, too. Oh, that's why I carry the do-rag. I sweat like an Italian girl going for a mustache wax. I'm not kidding. It ain't easy, folks. It's really not. It's not. And I'm a bit of a hypochondriac, so I go to the doctor all the time. I'm always at the doctor. Last trip in, he said to me, "I would like to take your blood pressure." So I'm like, "All right, doc." So he straps the cuff on, and he's pumping and pumping and pumping. And he says, "Oh, it is very high. Do you eat a lot of salt?" I said, "You mean like pork rinds, hot dogs, American cheese, bacon?" He said, "You had all of that today?" I said, "I had all that in the waiting room. Are you kidding me?" But today, it ain't easy, though. It's not. It's not easy being big. He did a finger stick on me. He stuck my finger and squeezed it. Cheese came out. So he looks and he said, "Oh, this is no good." I said, "No kidding. We got no crackers." Not good, folks. It's not easy. Being big, you got to know your limitations. Like corduroy, out of the question. I stroll across the stage, I'm going to burst into flames. It ain't easy. It's really not. Doc, he says to me, "I would like you to go on a diet." So I went to Jenny Craig. They wanted to charge me a group rate. I went to Weight Watchers. The lady said, "Sir, we figure your points according to your height and weight." And she's adding, and she's adding, and she's adding. And she looks up and she said, "Sir, you get more points than a college basketball game." I said, "This ain't fair." It's not easy. I just finished a 3-week diet. I lost 21 days. Yeah, not good. Not good. Doc looks at me and says, "Well, do you eat a lot?" I said, "Hey, Captain Obvious, what do you think? I eat like a family of 4. I'm 3 pounds lighter than a head of cattle. Are you kidding me?" So, I just love it when smart people like that ask stupid questions. It reminds me of a story. Years ago, we brought our dog to the vet. Female vet, and she's checking out the dog, and she checks his nose and his eyes and his ears, and she puts on a glove, and she says, "I'm going to give him a rectal exam. Do you think he'll bite?" I said, "I don't know. We don't do that to him at home." He might lick you. I don't know. I can't vouch for him. I really can't. No, but it's not easy being big. I try to read men's magazines to see how to look thinner or what I could do. I read one magazine. I was reading Muscle and Fitness. It's only because they don't have a fat and saggy. But Muscle and Fitness, 2 things I'll never have. But I read it anyway, and it said if you wear all black, it's very slimming. I wore all black. I looked like a parking lot. 10 minutes later, I got a Mazda Miata on my back. It's not good. It's not good. I try to stay healthy and do things. I don't want to be home, a couch potato guy. My son's teacher a couple years back said, "Mr. D, would you come with the class on a field trip?" I said, "Oh, field trip? This will be fun. We'll go out. We'll pick up some leaves. We'll look at some flowers. It's great." We get there, and she says, "We're going to start with a hike." I said, "Hike? Are you kidding me?" And she hooks me up with Daniel Boone. This guy's got deerskin pants on, the coonskin cap, the walking stick, and he comes over and he says, "So, do you hike?" I said, "How's your eyesight? Do I look like I hike? A hike for me is putting my own topping on a frozen yogurt. Are you kidding me? I don't hike, no." So we're about a half hour into the hike, and this is like goat trails. Like you shouldn't even have animals there, let alone people and small kids, and fat guys to boot. So we're hiking away, and he drops back, and he says, "How you doing?" I'm like, "I'm okay." He looks at me, he says, "Why are you breathing so heavy?" I said, "So I could live." You kidding? Duct tape one of these kids to your back and tell me how easy it is to hike. Not good. It's not good at all, folks. It isn't easy being big. Unless you're big, you don't realize. And they're trying to accommodate the large people. The airlines now, they have what's called even more space seating. So I figured this is great, fat guy seats. I'm in. So I take even more space seating. I get to the airport. They make the first announcement. Passengers with handicaps can board now. So the handicapped passengers get on. And then they say, even more space seating could board. So myself and the rest of the fatties get up. And I say, oh, look, March of the Elephants. And the rest of them get annoyed, like I made you fat. No. So I make my way to my seat. I sit down, and I'm squished. Half of my butt's on the guy next to me. He's plugging his headphones into my ribs. Like, what? I call the flight attendant over. I said, what's the even more space? She said, well, sir, it's more leg room. I said, look at me. Do I need leg room? I need me room. I don't need leg room. So she says, extender? I said, no, it's all natural. She said, no, would you like a seatbelt extender? So I said, sure. So what does she do, being discreet? Seatbelt extender, 16A. I said, why not just holler? I got Jabba the Hutt here. We don't want him bouncing around the plane, killing anybody. So what does the other discreet flight attendant do? She comes down the aisle with 4 foot of seatbelt, buckles jangling. I said, hey, I just want to stay in the seat. I don't want to hang myself. Are you kidding me? Yeah, so the guy next to me, he had the right idea. He popped a couple hydrocodone, and he was out cold the whole flight. So the flight attendant comes around. She says, sir, we have Dunkin' Donuts coffee and this array of cookies. Would you like something? I said, sure, Dunkin' Donuts coffee with 2 sweet and low, because I'm trying, and 2 bags of those cookies. And she said, would he like anything? I said, yeah, the same thing. Yeah, I'm no fool. I perpetrated the fraud and put his tray table down just to make it look right. So the snack came, I ate and drank mine and his. We're getting ready to land, and I'm like, hey, buddy boy, time to wake up. So he goes, did they bring snack? I said, yeah, and it was good. Yeah, it's not easy, folks. It really isn't. Buddies of mine, they say, let's go kayaking. I said, kayak? I got a rule about watercraft. I don't get in the water in anything I outweigh. So most pontoon boats, jet skis, kayaks, even some small bow riders, they're out of the question. I said, how do you pick a kayak? He said, well, the length of the kayak goes by your weight. I said, that thing will be 100 feet long. We'll need an oversized permit to get to the water. I said, what am I going to use as a vest, a bouncy castle? Are you kidding me? It's just not going to work, not going to work. It isn't easy being big, though. Not easy at all. I try to spice things up. Married to the same woman 23 years. That's not easy. She knows me. I tell her, tell me something that's going to make me hot. She said, eggplant parm. She knows me. I said, say something really dirty. She said, your underwear. I said, oh, that ain't fair. I heard her talking with one of her girlfriends. Her girlfriend says, do you ever wake up hungry? Oh, I said, no, usually I let him sleep. Yeah, it's not good. I tried to spice it up. Then I went to the big men's store, and I saw this rack of Speedo underwear. And I figure, oh, I'll spice it up. I'll get me some Speedos. We'll work this. I get a pair of bright red satin Speedos. Oh, they're beautiful. I put them on. I get in bed. I strike a pose like a Vogue model, like I'm on Muscle and Fitness. And I call her and I say, honey, come here. She says, what? I says, come here. She says, what? So what do you think? She says, about what? I said, the red Speedo. She said, oh, I thought you had a rash. It's not easy, folks. I'm all done here for tonight. Thank you very much. Johnny, I just got... Thank you.
All right. Funny guy, Larry. You see him at a theater near you.